In the heart of Eldoria, beyond the reach of ordinary folk, lies a relic of unimaginable power and peril, the Crystal of Eternity. For centuries, its very existence has been cloaked in whispers and myths, for to use it is to invite the corruption of one's soul. Bound by a sacred pact, the leaders of men, elves, dwarves, and mages vowed long before the Great War that should the crystal be found, it would be brought to the arcane citadel and safeguarded from those who might misuse its power. Yet, in the shadows of his grand hall, King Alaric of the realm of men harboured thoughts of defiance. The dark forces, remnants of the cataclysm of Eldoria, had regrouped and grown ever more powerful, threatening to plunge the world into an age of darkness. Despite the holy agreement, Alaric believed that the Crystal of Eternity was the key to vanquishing these malevolent entities once and for all. His heart, heavy with the weight of his people's suffering, began to rationalize what his mind knew was forbidden. As the moon cast a pale light through the stained glass windows of his private chamber, Alaric sat at his ornate desk, the flickering candlelight reflecting off the myriad maps and scrolls spread before him. His advisors had retired for the night, leaving him alone with his thoughts. The shadows danced around the room as the flame quivered, mirroring the conflict within his soul. A knock at the door disrupted his brooding. It was Captain Thorn, his most trusted knight and confidant. Thorn entered, bowing respectfully before approaching the king. "My liege, I bring news from our scouts," Thorn began, his voice low and steady. "We have found a clue that may lead us to the Crystal of Eternity." Alaric's heart quickened. He had prepared himself for this moment, yet the reality of it sent a chill down his spine. "What have they discovered?" he asked, his voice betraying the urgency he felt. "In the depths of the Eldergloom forest, within the ruins of an ancient temple, our scouts found an inscription," Thorn replied. "It speaks of the crystal and points to another location, the old hall of the forest mages in the twilight marches." Alaric rose from his chair, his mind racing with the implications. The forest mages had been wiped out during the Great War, their secrets lost with them. "Are you certain?" he asked, his gaze intense. "The inscription was clear," my King Thorn assured him. "It suggests that within the hall we will find the way to the crystal." The king's resolve hardened. "Prepare a small, discreet company. We ride at dawn." Thorn hesitated, concern etched on his face. "My king, the agreement." "The agreement binds us to deliver the crystal to the arcane citadel," Alaric interrupted, his tone firm. "But the dark forces gather strength with each passing day. We cannot afford to wait for consensus while our enemies grow bolder. The crystal may be our only hope." Captain Thorn nodded, though his unease was evident. "As you command, sire."
In realms where ancient shadows stir, where whispers weave their tale, a crystal's hidden essence waits beyond the misty veil. Through twilight's veil and misty groves, where moonlit secrets lie, the bravest hearts and spirits bold will seek beneath the sky. We seek the crystal of eternity, neath stars that softly gleam, guided by the celestial dance and echoes of a dream. With every breath we chase the light, where hope and darkness blend. The crystal of eternity, our journey never ends. Through ruins draped in silver mist, where ancient mages roam, the magic's pulse still lingers on, though time has long disowned. The path is veiled in shadows deep, and fate's own web is spun. Yet hearts aflame with ethereal fire will guide us till we've won. We seek the crystal of eternity, neath stars that softly gleam, guided by the celestial dance and echoes of a dream. With every majestic twilight where ancient secrets sing. We'll face the veil of shadows and the promises we keep. For the crystal holds the magic to heal the fractured land. So we'll traverse the realms unseen to grasp what's been banned. We seek the crystal of eternity, neath stars that softly gleam, guided by the celestial dance and echoes of a dream. With every breath we chase the light, where hope and darkness blend. The crystal of eternity, our journey never ends. Echoes of the cosmos and the lore of ages past, we shall find the crystal's glow, for our quest is bound to last. With enchantment as our guidepost and the stars our sacred plea, we'll unveil the crystal of eternity. In the echoes of the cosmos and the lore of ages past, we shall find the crystal's glow, for our quest is bound to last. With enchantment as our guidepost and the stars our sacred theme, we'll unveil the crystal of eternity.
As dawn broke, Alaric and his chosen company rode swiftly through the twilight-shrouded landscape. The journey to the twilight marches was fraught with peril, but the king's resolve was unwavering. The thought of the crystal's power both thrilled and terrified him, yet he believed it was a risk worth taking. Upon reaching the edge of the twilight marches, the dense, ancient forest loomed before them, its depths shrouded in mist and mystery. The old hall of the forest mages lay hidden within, a place of legend and long-forgotten secrets. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. Suddenly, the tranquility shattered as a group of ogres, monstrous and fearsome, ambushed them. The battle was fierce and brutal. Alaric fought valiantly alongside his men, but one by one, his loyal knights fell to the overwhelming might of the ogress. Bloodied and weary, Alaric stood alone amidst the carnage, the lifeless bodies of his men strewn about him. With a final, desperate swing of his sword, he felled the last ogre, its massive body collapsing with a thunderous crash. The silence that followed was deafening, a stark reminder of the heavy price paid for their quest. Breathing heavily, Alaric pressed on, his determination unshaken despite the loss. He reached the ruins of the old hall, its ancient stones covered in moss and vines. Inside, the remnants of ancient spells and wards still hummed with faint energy. Alaric's eyes were drawn to an old, weathered pedestal in the centre of the room. Upon it lay a shroud, dark as the abyss and pulsing with a sinister energy. Alaric approached cautiously, his hand trembling as he reached out to touch the abyssal shroud. As his fingers brushed against it, a cold, dark power surged through him, filling him with a sense of dread. He knew there was only one reason such an artifact would be kept here. It was a key, a guide to the crystal of eternity. Holding the shroud, Alaric felt the weight of his decision press heavily upon him. The journey ahead would be even more perilous, but the fate of Eldoria depended on his success. With the abyssal shroud as his guide, he set forth from the twilight marches, ready to face whatever challenges lay in his path. The dark forces would not wait, and neither would he.
If you're enjoying the story of Eldoria, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated.